What if I told you there are mysteries so chilling, so bizarre that even today's top experts are still searching for answers? Stories that'll keep you up at night, questioning what's real and what's lurking just out of sight. Tonight, we're diving deep into 4 of the most terrifying unsolved mysteries the world has ever known. Stay sharp, because some of these might just be closer to home than you think. We, as a species, are driven by an insatiable curiosity, a desire to map the unknown and bring light to the shadows. Yet some shadows persist, lengthening with the passage of time, their origins shrouded in an enigma that captivates and unnerves us in equal measure. Tonight we embark on a journey into these lingering uncertainties. Prepare yourselves, for the narratives we are about to explore are as perplexing as they are disturbing, a testament to the enduring power of the unknown that whispers at the edges of our perceived reality. Our first journey takes us to the remote, unforgiving wilderness of northern Canada, near the shores of Angikuni Lake, where a small Inuit community once thrived. In November 1930, fur trapper Joe LaBelle approached the village expecting the usual sights and sounds of a bustling settlement. Instead, an unnerving silence greeted him. The village was deserted. As LaBelle explored, he found no signs of a hasty departure or struggle. Pots of stew, now frozen solid, still hung over extinguished fire pits, and garments lay neatly folded. Even more disturbingly, the village's sled dogs were found starved to death, tethered to their posts. The villagers' rifles, essential for survival, were left behind. The mystery deepened with reports of disturbed graves in an ancestral Inuit burial ground. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police allegedly launched an investigation, but concrete records are elusive. Theories abound: a swift-acting pestilence, alien abduction, or the wrath of an ancient spirit. No bodies were ever recovered and no definitive trail was found. The village of Angikuni Lake became a ghost settlement overnight. To this day, the fate of the Angikuni villagers remains one of Canada's most enduring unsolved mysteries. It stands as a reminder that even in our modern world, there are occurrences that defy logical explanation. The wind still whispers across the frozen lake, carrying with it the unanswered questions of a people who simply vanished. Our next enigma transports us to Chicago in 1987, when television was a dominant force in homes. On the evening of November 22nd, viewers tuned into WGN-TV's 9 o'clock news were confronted by a jarring interruption. The screen flickered, revealing a figure wearing a Max Headroom mask. This was a hijack, a pirate signal overriding the legitimate broadcast. The masked figure swayed erratically before a corrugated metal background, accompanied by distorted audio. The initial intrusion lasted only about 25 seconds before engineers regained control. Roughly 2 hours later, the same figure returned during a broadcast of Doctor Who on WTTW. This time, the Max Headroom impersonator had nearly 90 seconds to deliver a rambling, disjointed monologue. The audio was garbled, adding to the eerie quality of the event. The figure made cryptic references, including one to Coca-Cola's Catch the Wave slogan and WGN anchor Chuck Swirsky. The entire performance was a blend of the comical and the deeply disturbing. The technical sophistication required to achieve such a broadcast interruption was significant. The FCC and FBI launched investigations, but the identity of the hijacker remains unknown. Theories suggest a disgruntled former employee or tech-savvy individuals testing their capabilities. The Max Headroom broadcast intrusion stands as a landmark event in the history of cybercrime and media disruption. Who was behind the mask? What was their ultimate purpose? The questions continue to resonate, a digital ghost in the machine. Even today, the Max Headroom incident serves as a chilling case study in technological vulnerability. Our third mystery takes us to Fayetteville, West Virginia, on Christmas Eve in 1945. For the Sodder family, it should have been a night of warmth and festive joy. Instead, it became the genesis of a heart-wrenching enigma. In the early hours of Christmas morning, a fire erupted in the Sodder family home. George, Jenny, and 4 of their children managed to escape, but 5 children were unaccounted for. The immediate assumption was that these 5 children had perished in the blaze. Yet, troubling discrepancies emerged. George Sodder attempted to use his coal truck's ladder to reach the attic windows, but it was missing. The family's phone line was discovered to be cut, not burned through. The fire department arrived too late and no human remains were found in the ashes. Officials suggested the fire had been hot enough to completely cremate the bodies, but Jenny Sodder found this explanation difficult to accept. The Sodders believed their children had been taken and pursued every possible lead. Sightings were reported, and a photograph of a young man resembling their son Louis arrived in 1967. The official explanation remained death by fire, but the Sodders never accepted it. They theorized that the fire was a diversion for a kidnapping, possibly connected to George Sodder's anti-Mussolini views or organized crime. The cut phone line, the missing ladder, and the absence of remains all pointed to a sinister plot. The mystery of the Sodder children is a profound human tragedy, a story of unimaginable loss compounded by the agony of uncertainty. The search for answers continues, driven by the hope that one day light may be shed on this dark corner of history. For our final unsolved mystery, we venture into the desolate Ural Mountains of Russia, to a remote pass named after Igor Dyatlov. In February 1959, 9 experienced hikers embarked on a challenging trek. They never returned alive, and the circumstances of their deaths remain one of the most baffling enigmas of the 20th century. On February 26th, rescuers discovered their abandoned tent on the slopes of Kolatsiakal. The tent had been sliced open from the inside, suggesting a desperate escape. Most of the hikers' belongings were left behind. Footprints in the snow led away from the tent, downhill towards a nearby forest. The first 2 bodies were found near a small fire beneath a large cedar tree, dressed only in their underwear. The next 3 bodies were found between the cedar tree and the tent. It took more than 2 months for the remaining 4 hikers to be discovered in a ravine. These final victims presented the most horrifying injuries. Thibaut Brignol had severe skull damage, while Dubinina and Zolotaryov had major chest fractures. There were no corresponding external wounds, as if they had been crushed by an immense, unseen pressure. Dubinina was found to be missing her tongue, eyes, and part of her lips, while Zolotaryov was missing his eyeballs. Some of their clothing contained trace levels of radioactivity. The official Soviet investigation concluded that the hikers had died from a compelling natural force, but this vague explanation did little to satisfy public curiosity. Theories range from an avalanche to secret military weapons testing, Yeti encounters, or extraterrestrial intervention. The Dyatlov Pass Incident remains a chilling testament to the unknown, a frozen memorial to 9 lives cut short by an event that continues to defy comprehension. And those are just a few of the countless mysteries that continue to terrify experts to this day. But tell me, which one sent chills down your spine? Or do you have your own unexplained story to share? Drop your thoughts and theories in the comments below. I read every single one, and if you love the thrill of the unknown, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because next week, we're investigating a haunted island no one dares to visit. The world, for all our advancements and understanding, remains a place of profound mystery. From the silent, empty village of Angikuni, to the phantom of the airwaves, from the Christmas Eve tragedy of the Sodder family, to the frozen enigma of Dyatlov Pass, these narratives remind us that not all questions have answers. These unsolved cases serve as a powerful testament to the human spirit's resilience in the face of the unknown, and our enduring fascination with it. Until then, they remain as chilling reminders of the unexplained,